For years, gamers have been trying to find the perfect game. We've searched the stars, the ocean depths, inside our own minds. In Stray, however, you play as a cat, which isn't the best thing ever, but it's pretty good. If I had to sum up this game with a single word, it'd have to be cat. If I had more words than that, it'd be, well, it's kind of like Last of Us, but you're a cat. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, you're an unlikely hero that stumbles onto an underground city without hope and without light. Thankfully, since you're a cat, you can see in the dark and you don't know what hope is. The first half hour of this game is spent exploring the overgrown ruins of the surface world, enjoying life with your cat friends, and then everything is ripped away from you. So naturally, your aim is to return there. Maybe it is, you're a cat. I don't know what your objectives are. The robots that live underground have been hoping for a way out for a long time, and as an organic life form that hasn't been killed by the local bugs that eat literally everything, you are thrust into the role of a hero, as a cat. For whatever reason, these giant squishy leeches are terrorizing the world, consuming anything flesh or metallic in their path. Their presence is felt by the glowing red eggs that stick to the walls of caverns. Anytime you run across them, the game goes from a quiet exploration game to a fast-paced survival game. That's during your first few interactions where running is your only option. Later on, you can figure out better ways to deal with them.
Someone help, I can't get this off. Hello?
The city where you spend most of your time early on is filled with quirky and hopeful robots. This one is a grandma, this one is a monk, this one is Doc Brown from 1985's Back to the Future. For whatever reason, the characters in this game really spoke to me. Robots created by humans that have since gone extinct, trying their best to emulate their creators in stilted and endearing ways. I really want them to be happy. The game's weakest point is in the logic for its premise. Not the execution, mind you. The cat aspect is very fun. You can parkour up buildings, rub yourself against people's legs, knock things off tables. But the question that remains is, why do you play as a cat? The answer is there's no real answer. You're a cat that fell down a well, found people in need of help, and you're not even really helping them on purpose. There's no explanation for this, but do you need one? You're less of a cat and more of a surrogate for the player's desire to both play as a cat while playing an adventure game. These ideas don't interact that much, but never to the point of it being detrimental to the formula. It's just an unexplained circumstance. What does work well is the exploration. There are multiple points in the game where knocking things off tables and scratching at doors help the story forward. And you find yourself accidentally creating a little robot friend at one point, because in a game where you play as an actual cat, of course you need a smaller, cuter little companion. The only thing detrimental to this game was a bucket that I found in this city that glitched out when I ran into it, causing it to become stuck in place but constantly creating noise as if it was moving. Every time I had to go back to that particular area, I'm scared at the prospect of having to face the noisy bucket again.
I'm gonna scooch by here. Sorry.
I've seen a few criticisms from reputable sources that the game doesn't live up to its price tag since it only takes 5 hours to beat, and I'd like to correct that on record, because I do not finish games fast, and I spend a good few hours listening to the musician play songs in the city. It's actually more like, 8 out, 10 even. Let's go with 10 hours. And it's hard not to get lost in this world when it's as beautiful as this. The dank, humid cities are lit with dim and flickering neon signs, ramshackled shelters and homes are put together in many ridiculous places, ads and billboards are now used as lights for the city. As much as this game's reputation is the silly cat game, it does the cyberpunk aesthetic really well. With everything that has happened to this world, the people who aren't even people are doing their best to still live in it, to still have lives worth living. I don't know why, it's very captivating. They're trying their best. You play as a cat, there's no real reason behind it, it's $40. Australian dollars. I got a comment on my last video where someone told me I was wrong about the price of a game. I assume they were American. $40 Australian dollars. Because I live in Australia, you daft cunt.